Welcome back to Apex Speed, everyone. Your go-to channel for in-depth analysis, unbiased reviews and everything else about. For today, we have wheels that are truly special, something that merges heritage. We're taking a step forward with modern innovation. Closer look at the 2025 Volkswagen Karmann Ghia. That's right, VW has bring back the classic, and not just a name revival, it's a complete reimagining of a cult icon. Let's start on the outside because let's face it, the beginning of Karmann Ghia was all about looks, and the 2025 model it delivers. Volkswagen has done an incredible job honoring the past while creating a car that feels entirely current. The new Karmann Ghia retains that sleek, curvaceous silhouette that made the original a favorite among style conscious drivers. It's low, it's wide, and it exudes that distinctive coupe charm. With a bit of retro soul, you've got flowing lines from nose to tail and a gently sloped roof line that makes it stand out from a sea of modern angularity cars. The front fascia is clean but aggressive with slim LED matrix headlights and a minimalist grille that hints at its EV underpinnings. Yes, the 2025 Karmann Ghia is fully electric, and we'll get to performance in a bit. Chrome detailing on the bumpers and along the windows nods to its classic roots, but everything feels contemporary and high-end. Around back you get that sculpted rear end with LED tail lights that are thin and horizontal, echo the original's design just more. The Ghia badge, futuristic, proudly sits on the rear deck lid, and if you're a vintage fan, this will hit you right. Volkswagen's nostalgic offerings include the Karmann Ghia in several striking color options, including a mint green and a deep red that are direct throwbacks to the 50s and 60s palette, but there are also some modern hues like a satin, silver and matte navy that give it a more upscale contemporary vibe. Wheel options range from 18 to 20 in all, featuring retro inspired designs with a modern twist. Step inside and the interior continues that retro modern blend flawlessly. The cabin is beautifully minimalistic without being sparse. Volkswagen has taken a luxury forward approach here, made with high quality materials, and you've used clean design lines throughout. Got soft touch leather across the dashboard and a floating center console that's both functional and stylish. The seats are a perfect mix of sport and comfort, bolstered enough to hold you in during spirited driving but cushioned for everyday cruising. The digital gauge cluster is fully customizable but styled to mimic the twin analog dials of the original Karmann Ghia. It's a subtle touch, however, it demonstrates how much thought went into the design. In the center there's a 12.9 in infotainment screen running VW's latest software, which is responsive, easy to use, and compatible with both wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Beneath the screen has haptic feedback for you. Buttons for controlling the temperature. Physical controls are gone, but these are more intuitive than past touch setups. Interior lighting is ambient and customizable, adding a luxurious modern feel to nighttime drives. Sound insulation is top-notch, and if you opt for the premium sound of the Harman Kardon system, promises an immersive audio experience. There's also a panoramic, a choice for a glass roof that makes the cabin beautifully, letting in lots of natural light and making that classic look better coupe feel. In terms of space, the new Karmann Ghia is more generous than the original. Obviously, it's a strict two-door 2+2 layout, but unlike the cramped back seats of most coupes, VW has managed to make the rear somewhat usable for short trips or kids. The trunk isn't massive, but thanks to the EV platform you get a small front trunk as well, adding a bit of practical storage to the mix. Okay, let's discuss performance, because while the original Ghia wasn't exactly a powerhouse, the 2025 version flips that legacy on its head. Based on VW's modular electric drive system Matrix MEB platform, the new Karmann Ghia comes in two configurations. The base model features a single rear-mounted motor pushing out 250 horsepower and 310 lb-ft of torque, which is plenty to have fun with. 0 to 60 happens in about 6.3 seconds, which is very respectable for a stylish cruiser. But if you're after something spicier, the Ghia GT trim brings dual motors for all-wheel drive and bumps output to 375 horsepower with 0 to 60 in just under 4.5 seconds. Instant smooth acceleration and a low torque center of gravity mean this car handles beautifully. It's not trying to be a if not for the twisty back roads, track monster, and spirited driving, it absolutely delivers. Regenerative braking is customizable, and the drive modes let you dial in exactly how responsive or Relaxed you want the car to feel ride. Quality is impressive. Volkswagen has tuned the suspension to strike a great on a balance between comfort and sport. Rough roads, it absorbs bumps gracefully. However, if you push it through corners, it stays composed, and connected steering is light at low speeds and firms up nicely as you gain momentum, boosting your self-assurance. Engaging motor, and the base's range model offers around 300 miles on a full charge, while the dual-motor GT drops slightly to about 280 miles. Charging is handled by an architecture of 800 volts, meaning you can go from 10% to 80% in about 25 minutes with a fast charger at home. A level 2 charger gets you fully juiced overnight. Safety tech is exactly what you'd expect from a modern VW. Adaptive features are typical: cruise control, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, and emergency braking. There's also an optional hands-free mode with highway assist in the GT trim that works surprisingly well for long-distance drives. Now let's get into pricing. The base 2025 Volkswagen Karmann Ghia starts at around $44,000, which puts it up against vehicles like the Tesla Model 3 and the Polestar 2, but with a completely distinct characterize. The GT model with 2 motors, upgraded suspension, and premium interior finishes starts closer to $56,000 fully loaded with all the tech packages and the panoramic roof. You're looking just beyond $60,000. Pricey, sure, but for a stylish electric coupe with this level of design and performance, it holds its own. In summary, the 2025 Karmann Ghia isn't just a nostalgic nameplate, it's a bold new statement from Volkswagen. It's stylish, fun to drive with lots of technology, and offers just the right amount of practicality if you're someone who loves the idea of a retro-modern coupe with electric power and the car's everyday usability. Definitely worth checking out. Thanks for registering for Car Review. If you enjoyed it, please remember to like this video, click the subscribe button for daily updates, and drop a comment below. Would you drive the new Karmann Ghia? I want to hear your thoughts. See you in the next one.